Hey guys, J-Man here, and we're talking about X-Men. This is the Wednesday X-Men talk with the new issue that's come out. And we are at the dawn of X-Men #1. Starting it all over again. Is it worth it? We're going to talk about it. Anyone who knows me knows that Jean Grey, one of my favorite characters of all time, one of my favorite superheroes, not just of Marvel, but of anything. And Cyclops is also in there. Top 5. If I had to pick all the superheroes, I'd say Jean's in the top 5. So, you gotta get the art germ cover. I mean, this is crazy. I'm not a big fan of this costume. Well, that's a lie. I'm a fan of everything Jean Grey. I think if I was doing this new series, I would have picked this costume, the X-Men Red outfit. I really liked X-Men Red. I can save that maybe for another video. But I really liked her costume. But I mean, the art germ cover for this is just so absolutely beautifully done. I would literally buy this as a poster. If there is a poster print anywhere, let me know in the comments and I will order that. So, X-Men #1. Let's talk about this sucker. Let's open it up here. Normally I do the digitals. I do have the digital stuff, but I have it on digital, but I got the physical as well. So this is okay, let's take a look here. Oh. All right. Okay, so this is Hickman now doing X-Men. Now in an interview he had said that they're going to be one-off stories, and one of my subscribers was saying that no, he doesn't do that. So I'm not really sure if this is just a one-off or if this is going to continue on. I was under the impression that every X-Men comic that came out was going to be a new story or like a different, focusing on something different. So I'm not sure exactly. This issue didn't give me any indication that will or will not happen. So we get a list here of the X-Men that we're going to be looking at. You guys can see all that? All right. So I really like the beginning of this issue because, spoilers are in effect large. They always are. I love the beginning of this because it deals with Cyclops, and it's sort of like, this is really brilliantly done, actually, where they show you like his vision. I don't know if you can tell. There's a little bit of red. So it's like you can tell that he's put the glasses on and he's scared to open his eyes, and Charles says, yeah, go ahead and open them. So we start off with a mission here with Scott, Aurora, like Storm, Magneto, and Polaris, who's another one of my favorites right there. Love Polaris. And Magneto, white costume. There he is in the white right there. I do like the white costume. I think they picked great costumes except for Jean. But I really like Cyclops' new costume, big time. I think it's basically this red outfit, but they made the lines thicker, but they gave him his proper visor. I was never like crazy about like the X look, but and I like having the blue. I do like having the blue, but I think Cyclops' costume in this series is amazing. Polaris has basically her classic look, which is fine. So they're on a mission here to rescue some mutants. So I just want to get to the point where they rescue them. Okay, so there's a bunch of like mutants in like these canisters, and here's one that they rescue. I'm going to show you her. She's really weird, and I kind of like the way that they drew this. I'm going to see if you can see this good. Isn't that cool? I don't know who this character is. For the X-Men fans out there, if I'm supposed to know who this character is, tell me. Not claiming to be an X-Men expert. I'm getting into X-Men again. I was into it a long time ago, and then I fell out of it, and now it's coming back hardcore. I'm going hardcore into X-Men, trying to read as much as I can. So they rescue some of the mutants. They don't get a chance to rescue her. She kind of like teleports away. So, but they do rescue a few others, and they bring them to Krakoa, which is basically now, if you've read, obviously you guys must have read the Hawks and Pox series. So yeah, so now we're getting into the villain, and I can show you Picture of the villain. Here's a good shot of him. He looks pretty cool. I see an action figure coming in. I really like this guy. He looks awesome. So they're basically talking about how it's a bunch of people from like AIM and Hammer and Hydra and who the hell else did they mention? Every like villain there ever was is there's a part they're all together trying to like kill the mutants or whatever they're doing. And Magneto's great in this series because he comes back after a mission. Everyone's like loving him and saying, "Oh, Magneto, you're the best," and he's just like soaking it up, which is great. So the first part was more actiony. The next part was like this kind of like this like family picnic or this. I really liked it actually, and it seems like it would be kind of whatever. But I just like basically the Summers family hanging out. There's my buddy Alex. Jean and Scott and Dad's there. They give you this nice, the white pages here, where they give you the layout of the Summers kind of estate or whatever. The Summer House is what they're calling it. Summer House, wasn't that Wicker Man? I think that was Wicker Man, or maybe Summerfield. Anyway, so they're just talking. Here's the Orcus or Orcus are the villains. There's their thing. Now remember they tried to create a mother mold out in space or whatever. So we're not really sure what's going on. I won't show you the end. There's not a big spoiler or anything like that. The next thing that comes out is Marauders #1, so I'll definitely be getting that and reviewing that. Depending on how these go, I may not get them all physically, but I will get them all digitally. So worst case, you guys will have to I'll have to show you the digital copies because I'm running out of space for stuff, so I really can't just go willy-nilly and just buy everything. I liked this issue. I thought it was really well done. I'm a little bit questioning this. Like, I don't want to say anything negative. I'm not trying to be negative, but after all of this stuff, all of this build-up, I'm not really seeing that this is any greater or worse than things that have come before. Like, I'm definitely liking this a lot. I'm not sure, like, was this really necessary to reboot all of this? I don't know. I'm thinking like the Hawks and Pox could have just been one thing, a 12-issue series, doing this big storyline, setting up the X-Men for the next thing. It was a little bit weird to relaunch X-Men not that long ago. I think it was like 16, 17 issues, whatever it was, and then cancel it all again. And Marvel is really getting a bit annoying with this in general. Like Punisher's done, which kind of came out of nowhere. What else is done? Like all these things are being done and then they're starting up again. And it's like Green Lantern had just ended. And then that's DC, not Marvel, but just as another example, Green Lantern ended, which is a great series, and then Grant Morrison is just doing another Green Lantern series. It's like, well, what the hell? So I'm not sure if this is like a marketing thing, like, well, let's get everybody into X-Men again. I mean, look, comics are a business, so business is business, right? You gotta get sales. So, I mean, as a marketing thing, that's great. It's wonderful. It's gotten people talking about X-Men. I was already collecting all the X-Men or X books anyways. It's yet to be seen whether it was really all worth canceling everything and starting it from scratch. But if you're a new person, definitely get the Hawks and Pox. I'm sure they'll be on trade or get them on digital. And start with X-Men #1 and start with all these #1s. And this is the time. They basically restarted all this for new people. So if you want to get in, now is the time. I know that Marvel, some comics are not as great as other comics. So far, all the mutant stuff has been really, really well done. They're probably my favorite things coming out of Marvel. Immortal Hulk is pretty good. I haven't read the last few, and I liked Iron Man, Tony Stark Iron Man actually. At least the first 7 or whatever it was. I haven't read past there. But yeah, I think this is a great time to get into X-Men if you need to get into it and you want to. So check this out. It's definitely awesome. I'm going to collect it and talk about it every Wednesday when it comes out. And that's it. Looking forward to Marauders #1. We're going to see how that comes out. So I will see you then. Until next time.